Ah, here I am again. Hopefully to get the rest of my kitchen units. And that'll be the end of that saga. Right, let's get inside. Well, I've returned the last 3 units I had, and now I'm just waiting for them to sort out where my new units are. Somewhere in this warehouse.
The last order is open.
Yes, this should be the last order, so. But I would like to check.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. Well, we're checking the 3rd unit now, and I've rejected one already because of staining on it, which may or may not be from the plastic corner protectors. It had this brown staining on it, but anyway, that's been rejected and they haven't got any more, so that's got to be reordered, so that's another delay. Let's see what this one's like. Well, that's 2 doors for the lower part of the kitchen that have been rejected and 2 that have been accepted. Now we're on to the cabinets. I've got 4 of those to check. Okay, this is getting rejected as well. There's a chip out of this door, so that's going to get rejected. We've got 1 more left to check. We've got 3 rejections so far, and they've got another one of these in stock, so maybe we'll be going home with one of these if it's good enough. Well, this is quite disappointing. So I came here today to collect 8 new units, and I've had to reject 4 of them because of damage which I think they should have picked up in the factory under their quality control, because it's all been packaged in plastic protective and a box, and there's no evidence that the boxes are damaged where the damage on the doors are. So we're just going to see what else they've got for us, which isn't going to be enough. We're going to have to come back, reorder and come back again, unfortunately. This is the last hanging cabinet they've got in stock by the looks of things, so let's have a look and see whether this has got any damage to the door. See, there isn't a lot on these cabinets which is visible once they're on the wall, to be honest with you. The underside maybe, and the door, and it's the doors on each occasion that have been damaged. If there's a bit of damage on the top edge or on a side, I wouldn't be so concerned about that, because it's just not going to be visible. So I'm being quite reasonable here. Oh well, as it happens, I decided to buy an extra wall unit, which they have in stock, so we're going to get that out of the warehouse and check the condition of it, and we'll take that home. It wouldn't have fitted in if we'd managed to get all the other units, so one way or the other I was destined for 2 journeys here, and it does rather put the mockers on fitting the kitchen in the next week, because I've got to wait for 3 units to finish the kitchen off, so I might get some of it done. And I have to say, it does help if you're very patient with these people, with these companies. It also helps that none of this is the company's doing. SCG, the retailer that I'm at now, it's all down to the factory and King Platinum. And I have to say that, how many have I rejected now? 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I've rejected a total of 7 or 8 out of a total of 11 that were originally ordered. So that shows the quality of this product is not brilliant. Well, when I say the quality of the product, I mean the finish, because there's damage to the finish. They're obviously not checking them properly before they leave the factory. The actual sturdiness seems good, and the way they're fixing them, the fixings inside seem good as well. But the paintwork is the issue, because that's the thing that's visible to you. Cracks and chips are not what you want when you buy a brand new kitchen. You might cause that to happen over time yourself, but it'd be nice to start off with a perfect product, wouldn't it? And then take responsibility for your own damage. I just hope this one's okay. I really can't be bothered with reordering another one. God, I've just had a shock. Where I park at St Therese House, there's loads of overhang which my car was getting scratched upon. So I thought, I know where a pair of cutters is. I'm going to go and cut this lot down so I can back in here without getting my car scratched. And all of a sudden I realise I'm covered in ants. I cut this bit down, which is like a vine type thing, and this see how this leaf is folded over? Well, that is where they've made their nest. And these are big red ants, not to be messed with. Oh, there's another one there, look. I'm going in that little hole there. Let's see what we can see inside. I've got to be careful because they're very quick. They go up your leg and bite you straight away, and they are so painful. This is, I don't know what this is, a zucchini or something? Look, there's a fruit there. Anyway, I was very lucky to get away with what I got away with, really. Got them on my cutter now. Damn it. What the ties do is normally they make these huge nests like this in mango trees. And what the ties do is they wait until a certain time and then they go and get the nest. And it's full of eggs. And they eat them. They cook them and eat them, and it's a delicacy, and they cost a fortune in the markets, and I'm not surprised why, because if you go and get one of these bloody nests from a mango tree and you have to climb up, you're going to get completely and utterly devastated by these ants, because their bite is very, very vicious. Right, that's it now. I'm going to leave them be. I've destroyed their nests. They can go and make some new ones. So, as you've probably gathered, I am filling behind the tiles today here in the kitchen. Prior to fitting the units, I want to make sure there are no gaps. I don't want to be touching the wall and feeling that it's hollow ever. And I also don't want to be drilling into gaps with the possibility of breaking tiles. There's an awful lot of wall units and things to fix here. And I'm starting in this hole down the bottom because this is where the pipe comes in for the washing machine feed. And it's a convenient gap to get this bag of gunk draining into. And it will need to be sealed up anyway, because when I start filling from the top, I don't want the situation where it starts pouring out of this hole. So yesterday I sealed up most of the hole with grout and just left enough to get this bag inside to fill up the lower part, and when that's filled I'll seal that off. Bit of a nuisance this job, it shouldn't have to happen, but it's got to be done, and I've decided the best way to do it is to fill from the top, as there's a convenient gap around the top edge, and just make a very wet mix that's going to drain down. It's going to take me hours and hours because it will drain all the way down to the bottom and gradually fill upwards, but it's necessary, and so I'm going to spend the whole day doing this. I'm quite pleased with this now. I'm getting the hang of what I'm doing here. Suntory first of all made a sort of icing bag out of a grout bag, a plastic grout bag, and she stuck a nozzle through the end and tied it off with elastic bands. But it wasn't really big enough for the job. We had to keep refilling it too often, and it was a pain. So I bought off Lazada 2 of the largest icing bags I could find, made out of material, so that they're reusable. And I've now worked out how best to fill them on my own without too much mess. What I do is I fold the nozzle backwards on itself and then clip it with a giant bulldog clip. That stops anything coming out when you're refilling it, and then I can pop this into a 4-inch pipe which holds it securely, fold over the top, and then fill it up with one hand. So I've stuck 2 4-inch joiners together, which are large enough. It goes in there like that. Fold it over, and then you only need one person to do the job. And then when you fold it back and it's full up, you can just fold the top down twice and roll itself back on itself like that, and then nothing will come out of the top. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a lot tidier, a lot less mess all over me, and a lot quicker today. A little bit more work to do. I managed to get a coat of primer on the top there last night as the light was fading. And this job, filling behind these tiles, was very slow yesterday. I've still got a little bit to do down the lower parts here. But the first job I want to do is to get a top coat up the top there, so that can dry off before I do the grouting of the very top edge. Right, that's about 2/3 of the terrace grouted with the spare grout that I had over. I didn't use when I was filling the tiles. Next job is to do the second coat of paint on the decorative edging at the top there.